So, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I think I need to do a little bit more clarification here on what I view being moral means. I know one thing. I get along. I can get things done. I enjoy being around. I work well with people that are morally strong. And I don't want you to get it confused. Morals means religious. Being moral has nothing to do with any religion at all. Like I say, I'm not religious. And I am spiritual. I say I do have my beliefs. And I would say even people that atheist kind, don't believe in, they say they don't believe in God and stuff like that. I don't really agree with that. I think it's human to, you have to believe in something. You ought to be, that's just the way humans are. I mean, we can't function unless we have some kind of guidance. Something helps us make decisions, and that something varies with different people. And like I say, the reason I say that is I've been around people that have no idea what any kind of a God is. And they were good people. Not all of them. Just like not all the people who believe in God are good people. So, Muhammad or anybody, it doesn't make any difference. They're all not good. But the exception to that rule is any of them that are moral, that any of them that have any moral strength at all have a certain degree of goodness. And the more moral guidance they have, the better this person is. So that's why I'm saying the way I judge a person in the way of how much I can trust them, how much I can work with them, all this kind of stuff is, like I say, how much moral stability do they have? And that covers a lot. So when you hear people talk about character, you're talking about some degree of their moral structure. And the reason I'm even talking about this is being moral doesn't necessarily mean you're weak. Matter of fact, it really means the opposite. Anyone that the more moral strength they have, the more how can I say this? The more their capability is to have physical strength. you need to have moral strength to do physical violence. I know y'all don't even like the idea of violence. Oh, violence! Oh, we got to avoid violence at any cost. Hey, I'm the same way. I avoid it at any cost. But once we get to a certain point, hey, it looks like you don't understand anything but violence. Because some people, that's what they go by, is violence. That's what I'm saying. They don't have any moral backbone, so they have to use violence. And but that doesn't mean because I'm a moral person, I've got to allow them to use violence on me. Allow them to use violent acts around me. I've said this before. I hate violence so bad, I will beat the hell out of you to stop it. And what that means is, I know and understand when violence is appropriate and when it's not. And I know and understand not everyone is equal. Not everyone is capable of using violence to the degree of other people. And normally, the bully type people, now bully, I'm not talking about your high school bully. I'm talking, we're supposed to be mature adults here. I should be able to talk about violence without ruffling up your feathers. And I say, as mature adults, we know and realize there are bullies out there. There's bullies when you're in a bar drinking. There's bully cops. There's bully military people. There are bully business owners. There's plain flat a lot of bullies running around. And some of these bullies become even more of a bully when somebody tells them that they have authority over you. And like that, a lot of them really become a bully. They don't understand and know the power factor. They think somebody gave them the authority to bully you. But they're not going to say the bully. They're going to say, well, that's just the way it is. I'm just doing my job and all this kind of crap. And that's not. That's just their way out. And like I say, to me, it's simple enough. Is what you're doing morally correct? Now, if you're morally correct, you are not a bully. And the thing is, I may act like a bully sometimes, and I will act like that when I see 3 or 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 people picking on somebody using intimidation. And I know and understand violence. And they use intimidation is the idea of a threat of violence. And so seeing I know and understand violence, I know what your capabilities are. So I would be more equal for this 10 or 20 people to approach and intimidate than it would be this other person. And so when I see this other person is being intimidated or bullied by these other people, and I don't suggest other people to do this, but I do make it my business. And the reason I make it my business is, like I say, we're not all equal. And you 20 are picking on this guy, and you sure the hell's not equal to you all. So maybe you want to try it on me. So in other words, I will take the bully position. Many times I've bullied the bullies. And I'm really using the same tactics that they're using. I'm using intimidation. I am. And because they understand intimidation, they're doing it on this other person. So that's why I know they understand what they're doing. So I'm just doing the same thing with them. And I tell you, it's a lot easier for me nowadays. Now I'm old, so when I'm older, they always wonder, what's this old man got to do with this? You know, so. And they think, well, why is this old man even getting involved in this? None of your business, old man. But no one comes up close enough to me to, you know, my hearing is pretty bad, so they got to come up close to talk to me. And they don't. And in other words, what I'm saying, and I've already made a video on it, I'm talking about your moral obligation to violence, to do violence. Violence isn't a bad word. Violence is just an action that's being done. It can be done good or it can be done bad. And we do have a moral obligation to defend ourselves, and sometimes that means you have to be violent. Am I making myself clear? So, when people are going to do violence to you, and you want to turn the cheek, go right ahead. If you want to get on your knees, I don't care. It's your choice. But don't say that you are morally strong and you're on your damn knees. To me, when you get on your knees, you've got weak morals. Well, I'm avoiding violence. No. You've just marked your soul. You just got yourself intimidated. You're weak. And it's going to happen to you again and again and again. I know you want to stay in your your comfort zone so you don't have to apply strong morals. I think that's what a lot of people do. Your weak morals keeps you in your comfort zone. You get out. Put your morals to the test. Learn why you have morals. Use your morals. It's kind of like manners. You learn manners. If you stay home, you don't go out to eat, you don't go out to public and all this kind of stuff. You don't know how to use your manners. Same thing with morals. You've got to put your morals to the test. I put my morals to the test all the time. Then you're going to see how strong your morals are. A lot of people are big on talk. When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, they're on their knees. Sometimes we have to do what we have to do. And when we have to do something morally upstanding, it's tough. If it was easy, you wouldn't need any morals to do it. Think on it. Think what you can do to be morally strong and correct. And build on it. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.